Welcome back, everybody, to the Deep Sleepers Fantasy Football Podcast. We are live. We are doing a mock draft today. My name is Joey Vitaco. I'm your host, and I'm joined by...
Joined with the lovely Ethan Larson. Happy to get after this mock draft, Joe. I see we're going neck to neck with each other. That pumps
We
me up.
are. Yes, and want to give a quick shout out to all of the boys that are joining us today. Got my buddy Dom, Gabe, Robbie, my buddy Tony back from elementary school. Shout out to Tony, and my friend Alec, one of my camp counselor buddies. Shout out to him. I see he's got the Gibby from iCarly profile. That is classic right there. Dom's drafting at the 101, Gabe at the 103, Robbie at the 104, Tony at the 105, Alec at the 107.
Gabe's moved the 110.
What?
Okay, never mind.
Oh, okay. Alec at the 107, Ethan, you're at the 108. I'm right behind you at 109, and Gabe's right behind me at the 110. We're doing 12-team PPR. I removed defenses and kickers from this draft just for the sake of shortness. So let's get this thing rolling. Also, it is a minute time limit, so we're going to go a little bit quicker.
I like that. Let's go, Rob. The first three off the board: Justin Jefferson, Eckler, CMC. Pretty no surprises yet. Our buddy Rob, this is his first in the league. He's deciding right now.
Yeah. Yes, the last time that we we did a mock,
kind of gave him
with
some
Robbie,
banter and joked about it, right?
he didn't. I'm gonna bring it up again because it was too good. I reminded people in the chat that there are no kickers or defense, and my buddy Alex says, I was planning on taking Justin Tucker at the 107.
Rob got ran out of time.
I know. Yeah, Rob on the clock. His auto pick right now would be Jamar Chase. I mean, that's not bad. Justin Jefferson, Austin Eckler, CMC.
He's not in right now.
Oh, he's AFK. All right, he takes...
Come on.
Travis Kelce is the auto pick. Wow, okay, never mind. I guess the computer. Tony got Jamar Chase. That's nice.
Great value.
Bijan goes at the 106, and now Alec takes Cooper Kupp at the 107. Ethan Larson, you are up, my friend.
So that's a little unfortunate. I was really hoping to kind of get Bijan, maybe Kupp, those guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to actually maybe turn some heads. I'm going to go Stephon Diggs over Tyreek Hill.
Interesting. Okay.
I
like it.
Yeah.
I get Tyreek Hill so often in drafts, but I'm gonna take him again. I'll take Tyreek Hill at the 109. That's a good deal for me. I will absolutely take that.
Yeah.
All right, Gabe's on the clock at the 110. Hoping to post this draft on YouTube, by the way. Just a quick mention. What would I do in this position?
Tough position for Gabe, yeah, right? Because you got the elite receivers that run right there. That goes off the board.
And
would you reach on a receiver? Yeah.
I like CeeDee Lamb a lot. Right now, what's on the board is Saquon, Jonathan Taylor, CeeDee Lamb, AJ Brown. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think I would just take a receiver. I'd reach on someone. Maybe
I'm gonna see how far these guys fall. Jonathan Taylor. Okay, he does take CeeDee Lamb. Then
their auto pick. Honestly, Adams.
Yep.
All right.
AJ Brown, Amon-Ra, Devontae Adams, and Gabe's back on the clock. He took CeeDee Lamb with the 110. Here at the 2-3, he's looking at Saquon Barkley, Patrick Mahomes. He takes Saquon, and that leaves me up on the clock.
Honestly, it's a pretty solid value pick, Saquon there. So I'm not mad about it.
It is pretty solid. It is definitely solid. I'm trying to remember what I took last time on our first mock episode. But it feels like I took Tyreek Hill and Nick Chubb. I feel like I
Really?
get this all the time. Um, man, there are so many great wide receivers right there too. Garrett Wilson is still on the table. Um, you know, we're gonna shake things up a little bit, and I'm gonna do the wide receiver stack right here, and I'm gonna take Garrett Wilson.
I would say I was going to take Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, I like him. I'm warming up to Garrett Wilson a lot.
I like him a lot too.
It's really hard for me to pass on Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry, and Josh Jacobs. There goes
Yeah,
Nick
taking
Chubb.
Chubb there.
Yeah,
That
it was.
pretty easy.
I had to use. Oh, nice. Okay.
We go
Alec
Waddle,
goes-
Mahomes, first quarterback off the board.
Yep.
I will say this. I think one thing that look different than these mocks is I think quarterbacks are going to follow later when we actually draft. I don't
They
think,
definitely will.
yeah, because these auto picks they've taken quarterbacks off the board in the second round. Don't see that in the case. So Dom goes Pollard. We see a run on running backs. One running back I have a big question mark is just initial is really high on Brees Hall, and then I think he's been getting a lot of value to him, and I think maybe he's at the point where he was undervalued. You see where he's going right there. Rob takes him at the 2-9. I don't know. Oh, I love the Ramondre pick though.
Rob's on auto right now.
No,
That's too bad. That's okay. He's still in there. He's got Kelsey, Brees Hall, and Ramondre. Interesting.
There's a player
Tony
I really-
takes
I'd like to
Najee
take
at the 305.
so Alex is up or Alec.
Yeah.
He's
He's
got two
got Kupp
receivers.
and
I think
Waddle.
he's in a,
Yeah,
You
Alec
think
and
he
I
goes running
both
back
taken the wide receiver stack. He might go 3, knowing Alec. There's Devontae Smith right there. Love Devontae Smith, the Slim Reaper.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about Travis Etienne?
No, I ain't drafting him.
I don't. For some reason, I'm not a big fan of him either. I have a
There's
feeling
like
I know
a-
who. There's some people I know you might take that I'm looking at next here.
I've got two guys in mind.
Ooh,
Really?
Alec reached and he took a player that I was gonna take. He took Kenneth Walker right there. That's nice. That's a nice pick right there.
So initially, I was going to go no brainer. Jahmyr Gibbs is guy I was reaching to get, but now I'm
Right.
like Devontae Smith is right at my lap, and
Mm-hmm.
this is hard. I'm gonna just stick with my gut, bro.
Do what you got to do. You make it so dramatic. He takes Jahmyr Gibbs.
I'm curious. That was a tough.
All right. I'm just going to continue with the wide receiver stack here.
Crazy
just
that guy
because-
fell.
Just because I see some running backs a little bit later, I'm going to come back around here on the turn and take a running back. So I'm going to take the Slim Reaper and take Devontae Smith right here. I love that.
You got it
Tyreek
great.
Hill, Garrett Wilson, and Devontae Smith. That fills out my flex and wide receivers. Gabe is back on the clock with CeeDee Lamb and Saquon.
So we also see the tandem or the trio of the three quarterbacks gone. We're curious to see when those other quarterbacks start to fly.
Yeah. I feel like at the 101, this is such a classic team to start out with. Justin Jefferson, Pollard, and Jalen Hurts.
Mm-hmm. It takes Burrow, Etienne.
Nice.
Debo goes to auto pick, Lamar, Aaron Jones. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Gabe is on the clock. Gabe took Joe Burrow with the 310. If I'm Gabe, I'm looking at some wide receivers right now. There's right now on at the top of the board, it's DK Metcalf, Keenan Allen, then TJ Hawkinson, Joe Mixon. if I'm Gabe, I reach and I get Calvin Ridley. I think that getting Calvin Ridley in the 4th round, you're getting a wide receiver 1 potentially.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Christian Kirk in that offense is going to be great as well, but I don't think that he puts up the same fantasy numbers as he did last year.
Clock's running.
5 seconds left. 4. He's sweating.
Dang.
What's it going to do? He takes Calvin Ridley. Oh, good
Nice.
for him. Nice. Okay. So I have a choice here. I do love taking Justin Fields in the 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Running back is going to get real thin pretty soon here. But would I rather have Joe Mixon or Justin Fields?
You go no QB strat if it plays out like that. I mean, you bring up a good point. Like running back room, you're in a tough position, kind of going.
I
that
know,
wide receiver
and
stack.
I think it's going to start to fall off a lot after Joe Mixon. So I'm going to play it a little safer here, and I'm going to take Joe at the 404.
Yeah, like I'm not really like. I do want to get a quarterback. DK Metcalf, I feel like.
You could take Justin Fields right here.
Yeah.
He takes him. That's a nice
Yep.
start right there. Diggs, Chubb, Gibbs, and Fields. Now Alec is back on the clock. He takes DK. For your information, Ethan, Alec is a huge Seahawks fan.
Okay.
So that pick makes sense there. I'd actually be very interested to hear what Alec thinks about DK going into this season, especially with a little bit more crowded room in Seattle, adding JSN. Yeah. After that goes Keenan Allen, D-Hop to Tony. Robbie's auto pick takes Amari Cooper. Skipping ahead, Dom is going with the balanced approach. He takes George Kittle and then DJ Moore, and then 3 more running backs, Dameon Pierce, Sanders, and Dobbins.
Good thing you got that. I think Mixon was a great pick for you. I think.
Yeah, it was not my favorite thing to do. Oh, Ethan.
Oh, yikes! I didn't take it.
Oh, it was Alec. Oh, man. I thought it was you for a second. I looked away so fast. Okay, all right. Maybe I am taking the 0 QB strat here.
You could wait for Anthony Richardson and hope for the home run hit.
We're gonna do something a little bit different here. This is not how I typically like drafts to work out because probably would have taken Justin Fields in the 4th had I taken a running back instead of doing the 3 wide receiver stack. But right now
you're in a. This is like the nightmare position that I just like.
Yeah.
Why? This is why I draft a quarterback. Just
Right.
I cannot.
There are a few quarterbacks a little bit later that I actually feel okay about taking. So I'm still gonna wait. I'm not gonna reach for a QB
And
right
now you
now.
don't.
That'd be silly.
Now you're not in a rush.
I'm gonna take Madison right here and fill out my RB room. And there's one person that I'm hoping to get once it comes right around to me. Right now, Gabe's got CeeDee Lamb, Saquon Barkley, Joe Burrow, Calvin Ridley, and he's on the clock with the 5-10. Looking at Drake London, Chris Godwin, Kyle Pitts, DeAndre Swift, Dalvin Cook.
He still needs another running back, right? I was looking
He
at
does.
London. I think I'm going Judy over London in that situation. I gave
Mm-hmm.
that thought. I don't know if that was a tough call to make, though. Maybe I'm just more higher than most people on Judy.
I do have a plan for situations like this, and I almost avoided Justin Fields on purpose just for the sake of variety. I think it's just good to put yourself in these positions in mock drafts. Gabe takes DeAndre Swift right there. I'm sure Gabe was looking at those running backs and thinking, like, I don't know what to do with these. Dalvin Cook is sitting there too. It's not somebody that I'm drafting, especially after that news about the physical assault allegations. Just
He's
doesn't
the
seem
guy
like a.
I would be so excited if he falls to me. You got Gabe, you, and then me.
I think I know who that is,
I think.
We'll see.
Yeah, I think you're right.
and I think I'm gonna take him.
It's okay.
Yeah,
I almost took him last round.
I kind of have to commit to this. Oh, wow! Gabe took him right
Yes,
there.
that was the guy we're looking at. Yeah, Goddard, great pick.
Wow, that's pain. That is a great pick from Gabe. Okay, we are gonna continue to shift our approach here. Kyle Pitts is right there. I really feel uncomfortable about that pick, but I think we're just gonna go with depth here, and I'm gonna take Brandon Ayuk and just add to my depth.
Okay, that was a good one. For Marquise Brown, getting that flex spot.
Yeah, I will say I totally missed the rhythm of QBs and tight ends there. Not a position that I'd like to be in our actual drafts.
Yeah, I think when we talked about this a couple days ago, and you kind of warmed me up to the idea. It's like now is the point, that threshold. I think once Goddard goes off the board, not to be quick. Just I think there's a tier of a clump of tight ends I'm willing to now wait maybe a round or two.
Right.
Ooh, I like the Mike Evans pick.
Tony. Alec took Rashad White. I like that pick too.
Yeah.
I like Alec's team a lot, actually. Cooper Kupp, Jalen Waddle, Kenneth Walker, DK Metcalf, Trevor Lawrence, Rashad White. Dom takes Cam Akers and Mike Williams back to back. I think those are some nice picks.
Mm-hmm. Robbie's on. He took Dak.
He did.
I think did Rob take Dak last draft too?
Yep. So the nice thing about the position that I'm in here, stacking my wide receivers and running backs early on, is that I think it allows me to reach a little bit past some of these players. Oh my gosh, dude. Why? That's exactly what I was going to do. Alec takes Evan Engram. That's pain. It's pain right there. And then Ethan takes Freiermuth.
There's other. I know you need a tight end. It's like, all right,
This is absolute. This is garbage. You guys suck. I would be if this was real. I would be very upset right
Look
now.
at that. Look at just like 4 tight ends. That just have, like,
Oh man,
orange.
I thought that I didn't think that anyone was going to reach on those guys.
Yeah, I knew you were going to take a tight end because you're turning before I picked again. So one of these two
Okay.
picks he's going to take.
I'm gonna just take David Montgomery then.
I just had a feeling. I was like, I'm picking before you. You're picking twice. You're going to get a tight end. I was like, I like the move. There is one guy I do like. I hope he comes back to me. The only problem with my team is that I don't have a third running back. I realize that. So, like, it's getting kind of thin with that.
Right. I was looking around for Tua and realized that he also got taken by Tony.
Mm.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Wait, you still have a quarterback, right?
No, I'm planning on
okay, you got
planning on taking. I'm taking Anthony Richardson with my next pick.
JSN. I do like that pick a lot. That was the
It's
guy I was
really
looking at.
really painful to be right here, especially
Richardson,
after
bro.
team.
You got it. It's like a home run boomer bust season right there, though.
It really is. It really is.
It's good practice,
Yeah,
though, to put yourself in this
it's great
situation.
practice. Yes, I've learned something today, being in an awkward position. Um, just goes to show, back to Ethan and I's theory a few episodes ago. Just go get your guy. Don't
Yeah,
wait.
you're better
And
off reaching and standing by to get your guy, reaching a couple of
right,
picks, not even, and just getting your guy secured.
right.
Oh,
We'll take
bastard.
we'll take. You really thought you were gonna get Anthony Richardson with
No,
me
no,
having
no. I
no.
was say Jordan Addison.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say greedy guy over here.
No, um, yeah, I
All
guess I'll
right,
just go
Ethan,
Pacheco.
you're
I'm not
on the
really high on
clock.
Pacheco. I'm not really high on that pick, but it is what
Who
it
else
is.
was? James Cook as the alternative. I see Kadarius Toney right there.
Yeah, I just didn't want a third running back.
James Cook, AJ Dillon. Tony back on the
Tony Boy. So
clock.
you got Richardson. I think. Yeah,
Tony's got an interesting team.
Charbonnet's going. That's a good value pick.
Right. I know team three.
Interesting. Tony's took a Hawkinson at 5.5.
That feels kind of late.
Mm-hmm.
That feels like a steal right there.
You see, Kittle goes 4.12 for Hawkinson.
Mm-hmm.
So Dom must be high on Kittle.
I think that happens.
Really, I
But
feel like
getting Hawkinson
kind
in the fifth, though, I do think is a great deal.
of. Mm-hmm. So right now, Rob's on the clock. Is Rob?
If I'm Tony, I don't think that he expected to see Hawkinson there. Robbie's on the clock.
He might be AFK.
Takes Kadarius Toney. Yeah, he's AFK. That is okay. Dom takes Antonio Gibson. I like that pick. I think
Mm-hmm.
that Antonio Gibson has some good upside in the pass game.
I love the Michael Thomas.
Mm. Yeah, that is a good pick. Michael Thomas in the ninth, right behind Brandon Cooks. Tony on the clock takes Brian Robinson, then Juju.
Which
Now
I think
Alec
I
is-
think Brian Robinson could become the running back one in that. Like you see, Antonio Gibson goes right before him.
right.
I could see Robinson be overtaking that.
Alec takes Rashad Penny.
Yeah.
Oh, that hurts. It's okay though. I like my running backs a lot actually, for taking one in the fourth. Okay. Oh, nice. Takes Samaje Perine. I consider myself lucky that David Njoku fell all the way over here.
Mhm.
Very fortunate. Not like absolutely panicking with this draft. Definitely not my favorite though.
You had the amazing stack. I think your first 4 picks. I mean,
I'm very
I like your
top.
draft. Yeah.
I think I've got good depth to my core
The only real
positions,
question
but
mark is the Richardson. If that pick could hit, and you could just have an amazing draft.
it could be. Yeah. But with rookies, I feel like that almost never happens, right?
Or like it'll take them a couple of weeks, right? You can be patient with them.
Yeah, it's true.
Who's up right now? Keeps up. I like Gay. Actually, the only thing I don't like that much is DeAndre Swift, but
Yeah,
I love
if
it.
I was,
Him get JSN and Jordan Addison. It's a great
I
pick.
saw that. What's his name? James Conner went afterwards. I would rather have James Conner or Rashad White over
I don't like James Conner. He
over
hasn't done anything,
DeAndre Swift.
guys.
What do you mean he hasn't done anything?
James Conner's trash, bro. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of James Cook.
No, not James Cook. James Conner.
My mistake.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's on me.
All right. Since I took QBs
James
late,
Cook
I'm gonna
went 8
take
picks.
my backup QB here and take Kirk Cousins.
Mm-hmm.
Kirk Cousins is the epitome of average. Another thing about the quarterback series, Kirk Cousins is absolutely everything that you expect in a person, or like from what you hear about Kirk Cousins. He's just a real nice guy. He's got great intentions. But
Dang,
I was thinking about it today when I was watching the most recent episode, is that like when you go back and forth between Kirk Cousins playing and leading his team and then seeing Patrick Mahomes play and lead his team, there's just not the same fire in Kirk Cousins that there is in Patrick Mahomes. Like Patrick Mahomes is amped to play every single game.
Yeah.
Is great. But I mean, and this is no bash on Kirk Cousins. It's just like I think that his leadership capabilities are not on the same level as Patrick Mahomes, and that's one of the things that you get to see that sets Mahomes apart from so many different QBs, is that like that rapport and just like how
Relatability
easy
or
it is
what?
for him. Is just like he's a good leader. He's a great leader, and he's a fighter. He like gets injured first round of the playoffs, or what's it called?
Oh, Laporta, no.
Wow.
That's the guy I was going at. Okay, that's fine. Everything's all right.
Interesting. What are you gonna do, Ethan? Oh, thank goodness.
Oh,
Dolch.
I think I know. Yeah, good pick.
Give me that man. We'll do a quick recap of our draft boards here. Getting caught up in conversation. Again, gonna try and post this on YouTube as well, so that you can actually observe our draft board as we're talking here. We are nearing the end. Just a sec. Jacoby Myers, Russell Wilson. All right, there's really only one player that I want this late in drafts, and he is still sitting there.
I wonder who it could be.
You have any guesses?
No.
It's Mr. Jonathan Mingo, the Carolina Panthers. I think if there's going to be anybody who is the number one on the Panthers, it's Jonathan Mingo.
DJ Chark, mate.
It's not going to be DJ Chark.
What are you talking about?
It's definitely not. Absolutely not. It's not going to be Adam Thielen either.
It's definitely not Thielen. I think it could be Chark. Chark is a dog. I'm so yawning. Okay. I'm going for... Is it me? Oh, it is me.
It is you.
Okay.
Sky Moore.
Welcome to the squad. Gerald Everett. He had an alright year last year. Gerald Everett. There's a crowded...
Nice. Who is
took,
this? Tony. Who is it? Tank Dell?
I feel like that name
Interesting.
from College of Houston. No, I don't know that guy. Tank Dell sounds like just like a villain from a movie.
All right.
It sounds
Dom
like,
with the last
a bad
pick.
guy. Tank Dell. Sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger would play a guy, Tank Dell, who like runs through the jungle.
Tank Dell.
Yeah, a movie.
Did you see who Tony took at the 1208? He took Mitch Trubisky. Oh, that's great. I'm dead.
Thank you, everyone who participated. Do we want to
Yeah, we'll do
Whoa.
a little recap. Ethan, you want to go over your pick?
We'll go through my team.
You do
I like my
do
team
the
overall.
do team 1, 4, and
Okay.
5.
Yeah,
and
we'll go
yours.
through the guys. So our buddy Dom at the 101 to Jefferson. On the 2-3 turn goes Pollard, and then Jalen Hurts able to secure that last kind of elite tier quarterback. Following up Kittle, DJ Moore, Cam Akers, Mike Williams, a great value pick there. Antonio Gibson, Brandon Cooks, Alan Lazard, Cole Kmet, Sky Moore. So I like Dom's team.
Mm-hmm. It's balanced.
Our buddy Rob. I think he started out on auto pick, but then he was able to come in a couple later picks. But he had Travis Kelce, Breece Hall, Ramondre Stevenson, Amari Cooper, great pick there. I'm high on Amari. J.K. Dobbins, Christian Kirk, Dak Prescott, Kadarius Toney, Gabe Davis, Rashad Bateman, Elijah Moore, and Devin Singletary. Tony, I got a great value pick of Jamar Chase, Derrick Henry. I love that Jamar Chase pick. Najee Harris, DeAndre Hopkins, interesting. And then I noticed that it's going 4-8. Okay. Hawkinson, right. Mike Evans, Tua, Zach Charbonnet, Brian Robinson, Jarrett McKinnon, Rondell Moore, and then firing it off with Mitch Trubisky there at the
Money
end.
Mitch.
Do you wanna fire the rest of it?
Sure, yeah. I just want to comment again that normally I don't like taking TJ Hawkinson, but if he's there in the 5th round, I think that's fantastic. I think Tony nailed his draft.
I will say this: the one thing that I was overlooked. So he had that one big crucial pick, the DeAndre Hopkins, Keenan Allen, Amari Cooper. That 3 right there, those 3 guys.
Mm-hmm.
D-Hop, I think that's probably where he'll fall in the draft.
Yeah.
Personally, I'd probably take Amari right there, but I think he did a great job. I think his Hawkinson, like you just mentioned, about that value pick, and I like Mike Evans as well.
Mm-hmm.
That late 6th round pick.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna go over Alec's team. In my opinion, looking at this draft, I think Alec won this draft. He's at the 107. He started off with Cooper Kupp, then got Jalen Waddle, then Kenneth Walker, then DK, then T. Law, then Rashad White, Evan Engram, James Cook, Rashad Penny in the 9th. Love it. Jared Goff, Sam Laporta, and then Tony Dell, a deep sleeper, way down there. Rookie wide receiver for the Texans. Tank Dell, not Tony Dell. I don't know why I keep saying that.
Tank.
I know. I love Alec's team.
Great
it looks good.
Yeah. I was
Ethan,
bummed he took Sam Laporta, I'll say. I'll go through.
I was bummed that he took T. Law. That hurt.
Yeah, I remember that. So I got Stephon Diggs, Nick Chubb, Jahmyr Gibbs. Sound out the running back room quickly. Fields, Jerry Jeudy, Marquise Brown, Pat Freiermuth, Isaiah Pacheco, Samaje Perine, Elijah Moore, Geno Smith, Gerald Everett. I like the front end of my draft. A couple. It's hard to predict kind of the back end, but overall thoughts. I think I waited to get a running back 3 late. Some of the guys I wanted were off the board, but I thought it was a solid draft.
Yes,
it's a good safe draft, I thought.
All right, I took a risky approach to this draft, and I stacked my wide receivers heavily. Took Tyreek Hill, Garrett Wilson, Devontae Smith with my first 3. Then Joe Mixon and Alexander Mattison. Then Brandon Ayuk and David Montgomery. So I started out my draft with 7 wide receivers and running backs. Didn't pick a QB until round 8, where I got Anthony Richardson, which is like the bare minimum of what I want. Kind of lucked out getting David Njoku in the 9th, even though I'm not a huge fan of him as my starting tight end. So then in the next 2 rounds, I took my backups immediately. Took Kirk Cousins, Greg Dulcich, and then Jonathan Mingo. And then Gabe, to round out our draft, he took CeeDee Lamb, Saquon Barkley, Joe Burrow, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Dallas Goedert, JSN, Jordan Addison, 2 rookie wide receivers back-to-back. Not bad. Tyler Algier, Courtland Sutton. Don't ever pick him. Daniel Jones, Ezekiel Elliott, and that's Gabe's team. Rule Britannia. Um, okay, if you're headed into the season with your team right now, Ethan, how are you feeling on a scale of 1 to 10? How confident?
Uh, the only thing I'm pretty confident overall. So it's a good team. I The only thing I don't like is probably a backup running back. I waited a little late there in the eighth round to get one.
Mm.
So as long as Chubb and Jimmy Gibbs are surefire hits,
I
then
think
I'd be happy.
Pacheco for a backup running back is not terrible.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good draft.
Um,
I'll give it as far as like a 10 is a perfect draft. I'd give it like a 7.5, 8.
nice.
What
Yeah, I
about you?
think I'm feeling like 60% confident with this one. I think depending on like the floor of Anthony Richardson's play, I'd feel pretty confident because I think I'm going to be getting some boom weeks out of all of my wide receivers, probably giving me a nice anchor of like at least 60 points a week.
Hmm.
Um, and then to have Brandon Ayuk as a backup wide receiver and David Montgomery as my backup running back, I feel pretty good about that. And then, I'm curious to see how Greg Dulcich does this year with the Broncos.
Right.
I think that he's got some pretty good potential. But yeah, I'd say I'm at like a 63% confidence rating.
I love
Not
your
my
stack. And
favorite,
Devontae
but
Smith is such a value
um,
pick. That's your flex receiver. Is pretty scary, I'll say.
say it again.
I love that value pick of Devontae Smith. Like, say what you want. Like, I think that receiver stack of Tyreek, Garrett Wilson, Devontae Smith, that being your flex receiver is pretty intimidating, I'll say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
That's part of the reason.
Just to echo what you said, though, that the quarterback room. I mean, Kirk Cousins is a great safe pick in the instance that Anthony Richardson doesn't pan out, whatever it may be.
Right. Alrighty. Well, that rounds out our draft here today. Thank you all again for tuning in. Shout out again to all the boys that decided to join and participate. Hopefully, we'll get to do some more of these. Stay tuned for more episodes coming soon.
Absolutely. Everyone have a good evening. Thanks for tuning in. And, appreciate the boys getting off the mock. Joe, enjoy Milwaukee if I don't see you in the vid next week. But
Yeah. Thank you.
yeah.
All
Thanks
right.
again. This has been the Deep Sleepers Fantasy Football Podcast. Thanks for checking us out.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.